My fellow Americans, hello. I am the President of the United States and I have urgent news. The urgent news is a request. I have one request, that you watch this movie and that you get off of my plane. Today we watched Air Force One.
Airplane.
And
I forgot what we watched.
And Air Force One is not only the name of an airplane, but it's also the name of a movie. Just wanted to clear that up, just in case you thought we went to an airfield and watched it fly by. It is a movie, and what do you guys think of it?
Well, say that we've all seen it before.
We've all seen it before. It's a classic. The plot of the movie is Harrison Ford is the President of the United States of America. There's some Russians, and they like,
take over the airplane.
No.
That's all you need to say.
Yeah. There's bad. They're working with the Russians, and then there's some bad Russians in Kazakhstan. I think they're Russians or whatever they are, and they take over.
They want to be, because it's a part of the USSR, and they want it to be Russia again. I think that's the.
We don't really know the political.
All that matters
situation
is that the Air Force One plane is taken over by terrorists,
and they want to.
And the president is not having it.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's basically just Die Hard on an airplane.
But he doesn't die, and it's not hard. He actually has an easy time defeating the bad guys because he's Harrison Ford, action hero man. And so they try to get their general released from prison because he's in prison, and that's the thing that they want. And what do you guys think about this movie? So it's a decent movie.
I think it's a decent action movie. There's some cool little set pieces here and there. Harrison Ford is always great.
Yeah.
He's got the whole like stern, his little finger pointing. He's like, you do this, and I'm Harrison Ford, and get my family back, and all that good old Harrison Ford stuff. And he does it well. And there's a few other big actors who are thrown here. Gary Oldman's really good as a villain. There's a specific scene that I thought was really good with him, where he's like threatening the daughter, like really up close in her face, and he's like just kind of like, he's like, if I'm a bad man, then your father's a bad man because he kills people too. And it's like, that was a good scene.
Blurring the lines of morality. Where are they drawn? Who knows? Gary Oldman is I would say he's a masterclass actor. Just in all the things that he does, he puts like 110% of what he's in. He's been in some like not great movies, but
he always gives it.
Yeah, which is admirable for any actor. It's great seeing him like at least like taking his role. And at the time, this movie was like intense and was probably like
it's intense right now too.
Yeah, but like. There's some things that are a bit like melodramatic, and like obviously there's some effects that are like a little.
We'll talk about those.
Yeah, I think it's good. This is one of those movies that you just put on to just have a good time. It's got some good action scenes and good stakes.
Yeah. Keegan's always giving me a hard time that I don't take serious movies, and I finally do one, and we're all just joking the whole time, having a good time watching it. But what did you like the emotions, Keegan? What did you think of Harrison Ford's emotions when it was like they're about to shoot the one girl? I don't know who she is, but she's like the first girl they shoot. And then Harrison has some moments where he's acting like, oh, should I do it? Should I do it? Should I go turn? What do you think of that? Is that something you like? I don't know.
I mean,
do you like that a good woman is dead?
Yes.
Oh my god. I mean, he's like I said, it's Harrison Ford. He's good.
Okay.
I haven't really seen anything where I didn't like his performance, but
trying to redeem myself from Legally Blonde.
Like, He's good.
All right.
And we said something during the movie that William H. Macy is in this, and he kind of has like a thankless role. He's just kind of he's like there for most of the movie, and then he has like one big moment toward the end, and then
Yeah, it seems like William H. Macy is in this movie maybe to add a little more
gravitas to a couple moments.
Sure, yeah, because really his role it's important in kind of the end game part of the movie, but
Yeah.
like for the most part, he's just sitting in the conference room doing nothing, and just kind of interjecting with.
He's just kind of keeping everyone steady.
Sure, maybe he's the pinky toe of the cast. There's some balance that
He's the pinky, not the brain.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Levi's favorite show.
Is it? I didn't know that.
You always tell me that, like every single day.
Okay.
You text me every hour. You're like, Pinky and the Brain is on, and I'm like, I'm at work, Levi.
So other actors.
Glenn Close is in this.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say.
She's always pretty good.
How was it believable as the vice president?
I mean, I guess for this movie isn't like that well written. It's just kind of like
What? It's the best written movie ever. I like it. Like most, I think it's like top
it's
tier.
competent. I'm saying like it's very like it's structured really well. Like there's like in terms of screenplay,
Yeah.
it's structured really well. But like none of like there like it's not written with like a lot of like meat to everything. It's just kind of like it's pretty surface level.
I think there are some parts like in like the speech in the beginning and like a couple of the monologues that Gary Oldman's character gives.
Yeah.
You can tell that it was based on a book.
It
because
wasn't.
of it. Is it not?
No, I looked that up.
Really?
We were like thinking like it was a Tom Clancy book or something like that. It's not. It's just written, I think. But then they made a book out of it.
Chris got this.
The action's pretty solid.
Yeah.
There's some cool little set pieces here and there, and
I liked how. Keep going.
You could say what you.
Okay, I was gonna say they're like, people are not gonna believe gunfights on an airplane. So at the beginning they're like, it's all armored, bulletproof armor everywhere. So and they dropped that in so you would make it more believable. I'm pretty sure that's not possible because they also had a couple explosions where they blew up like a fire extinguisher or something like that, and then there also was like a guy with like a C4 thing. It probably
They blew up a couple doors.
yeah. So it probably would blow up the whole plane in real life, but
If it was small enough, it probably wouldn't be too bad.
we need that tested out. Some YouTube channel that does tests and stuff.
I mean, I guarantee you this movie isn't very like accurate. It's just an action movie.
It gives you that good old-fashioned red-blooded American feeling
Yeah.
when your president punches a terrorist in the face. It just screams red, white, and blue. And I love
Which
Speaking
it.
are the
of
wires that you don't cut.
Yes.
And then you twist the other wires because they're not American so that they will release fuel.
Yes.
Counting on you, red, white, and blue.
We're referencing a part in the movie where he has to cut some wires.
Oh, I can show it.
Okay.
We'll
Just
just
show
put
it. Yeah.
We'll put it like right here.
Okay.
Chris, you can do that later.
It's like the part where like all the dads in the audience at the theater like stand up and cheer and like, yeah, red, white, and blue.
Yeah. Red, white, and true.
And that's I'm proud to be an American. It starts playing like they start playing it through the speakers.
I want to bring up the effects real quick.
Sure, we have to talk about that.
So like, for the time, sure. But like the green screen effects or blue screen, whichever they use.
No, it was pink.
Pink screens. The pink screens they used were just like you could like literally see the outlines of things, and like specifically when characters were like in their little like parachutes floating down.
Yeah.
That was pretty silly. And then And then the visual effects of like the airplanes looked pretty glossy. Especially the little plane crash at the end, the famous plane that like
topples over. Yeah,
it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it feels like almost like even like as old as Star Wars, those effects look way better than this.
Yeah.
So it's
well,
like,
I mean, they use models in those.
I know, but like they could have done that with this.
Yeah. And then I was gonna bring up how the villain dies.
Well, which villain?
The main villain.
Like the guy in prison, or
no.
because that would
The
be,
guy
you know
who's
what
been
scene
causing-
I'm talking about.
The guy who's been causing all the trouble.
Your favorite
the line,
thing in
the
cinema
line
history.
that's quoted.
not ringing a
The
bell.
only line that's quoted from this movie.
I don't. Is there one? What is it? We've had a lot of presidents over the years, and I want you guys in the comments to say which president Harrison Ford is most like. This character. Which one is it? Was his name like Jack or something? What is it? What's his name? What's his name? The president of the Air Force One. That's this movie.
Marshall
Mathers.
President Eminem.
Yes, president of the M&Ms. We want to know which one is the best, most like this president, and we want you to argue in the comments.
Well, I want to
do a poll, Chris.
my question would be like, which president do you think would handle this the best?
Sure. Yeah, that could be another way. Another angle is, like, would it be Bush? Would it be Biden? Would it be Trump? Just I can go through all the presidents and name them. Let us know what you think.
Because if it was like Teddy Roosevelt, he would. I mean, I think he would just like bare knuckle brawl all of the terrorists.
Did they even have like airplanes back then?
No, I don't think so. Or at least not ones that were like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably not. So they have like a wagon, like the bank,
like a Wells Fargo wagon.
Yeah, and he's like on there. He's like, get off of my, and then
get off my coach.
Get off my stagecoach.
Oh, the landlord from Spider-Man 2 is in it.
Oh yeah.
2 and 3.
Mr. Dickovich.
Yeah.
He wants his money, his rent money.
That's why they hijacked the plane.
Yeah, he's like,
Mr. President didn't pay his rent.
Give me rent.
And he's like, you'll get your rent when you get off my goddamn plane. Something like that. So, let's do some ratings. Keegan, what do you think of this movie?
I'm teetering.
Okay.
Because, like, I used to, like, be like, yeah, this movie's a good thumbs up.
Yeah.
But, like, rewatching it, I'm a little, like, I'm kind of, like, leaning toward a middle of the road. Like, it's still solid, but, like it's a positive middle of the road.
Okay.
Like, sort of thing. So, I think for now, maybe if I decide in the future, I'm like, I do really like that movie. But right now, I think I'm just gonna go. It's a positive, like, middle of the road.
Chris?
I give it a thumbs up because I'm an American, and I believe in America.
I don't.
I think it's good. I think it hits all the beats of an action movie that I like, and it has some pretty satisfying fight scenes, and the payoffs are nice and juicy. So, yeah, I'm going to give it a nice, solid thumbs up.
Thank you, Chris. I'm going to give it a thumbs up, too. Because I think it's a decent action flick. Stands the test of time. I like that I can still watch it even though it's 25 years later. Yeah, 25 years later. And it's still enjoyable. I've watched it many times, and I will watch it again, probably. Share it with my wife and kids someday. I think that's it. I am the president. This movie review is over. In Jesus' name, amen.